So making homemade manicotti, we need an 8-inch pan, and the mixture will fit just perfectly into that. So we need 1 cup flour, 1 cup milk or water, and 1 egg, salt, and pepper. You mix it all together in your pan, in your bowl, and then the consistency should be like this, a lot thinner than if you were to make pancakes. You can make the portions depending on how many you would need. You get 2 to 3 crepes per person at 10 to 12 crepes per portion. So I use a 1/4 of a cup measuring cup to measure out the amount that I'm going to be using for each crepe, and I probably fill it about 3/4 of the way. I oil the pan. I usually use cooking spray, but I was out of cooking spray. So once they're cooked, I will place them side by side on a piece of wax paper on a cookie sheet. For some reason, I did not decide to cut the wax paper. I was just alternating, flipping the wax paper over back and forth, which honestly was a little bit of annoying to do, but it's fine. So then you take your mixture and you pour it into your pan once your pan is hot, and then you just give it a swirl around so it covers completely the entire bottom of the pan. Then you will let it cook, and then you'll see once it starts to pull away from the sides, that's when it'll be good enough to cook. And for some reason I had some clumps of flour, and that's fine because you just take the spatula and just, press them down a little bit, and it's no big deal. So once you notice that the crepe is starting to separate from the side, you don't try and grab it with your fingers. You take your spatula and you flip it. Once you flip it over, it only needs to cook about another 15 seconds or so. It cooks about a minute or so on the first side, and then once you flip it, like another 15 seconds, because then it's gonna finish cooking when you bake it in the oven. So you transfer it over to your baking sheet, and then you continue on, either spraying your pan or wiping it with your oil, adding some more mixture, and continuing on. The first one usually is like the trial run crepe, is what I say, but it wasn't this time. It was actually good. But this is what you want it to look like. You want it to be floppy. You don't want it to be thick like a tortilla. You want it to be able to be pliable, so when you're rolling your cheese mixture in it, it doesn't break apart. So I wound up switching over to a basting brush with the oil, because doing the napkin thing was just, drive me nuts, like I said. So you just dip your brush, your basting brush into the oil just a little bit, and then continue on adding your mixture. Also, too, if you wanted to make this a dessert crepe, you can leave out the salt and pepper and replace that with sugar and cinnamon. And then you can add to that, you could throw some ice cream with some hot fudge, some fruit, or whatever. So I wound up getting 33 crepes, which was pretty good. I ended up covering mine with foil and storing them in the fridge because I made mine last night. So then you take them out, and then you would just roll them up. This is your mixture, and this is what they will look like when they are finished. And enjoy. They were delicious.